It's time yet again for another edition of the Saturday Show, and I'm your host, Cody Goggin. Today we're kicking things off with our album of the week, and we're talking about Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. This is the 8th studio album by Pink Floyd, and it was released on March 1st, 1973. The suite of songs had developed during the band's live shows as experimental jam tracks that soon began to take shape and form. While dealing with the developing mental illness of their friend and original bandleader Syd Barrett, the group developed themes of madness and the struggles of dealing with their lifestyles. A great example of a concept album, Dark Side of the Moon features deep lyrical themes by Roger Waters, tied together with audio samples, recordings of sound effects, and other musical manipulations to produce a varied and diverse soundscape. Record engineer and musician Alan Parsons would help assemble the recording sessions, and Dark Side of the Moon was recorded at Abbey Road Studio, right around the same time that the Beatles were recording their final albums together. During recording, it was reported that the band would sometimes break to take in new episodes of Monty Python. The band seemed to be working in pretty good cohesion together at this time, and it produced one of their seminal and most profound works of art. With its famous album cover featuring a light prism, when it was released, Dark Side of the Moon was hailed as pushing the band Pink Floyd and their experimental sound into new heights and horizons. The following tour would be amongst the biggest that the band had yet played, and the album would become one of the biggest selling records of all time. Rumors that Dark Side of the Moon could be synced up and played alongside the Wizard of Oz movie began to circulate, and it became a rock and roll myth. Dark Side of the Moon is still a radio staple in parts, but it is best heard from start to finish, like any other concept album. I urge you to hear it this way, and let us know in the comments below what you think of Dark Side of the Moon. Our featured film this week is a movie partly inspired by a Stephen King story, and it's The Running Man, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Released in 1987, The Running Man is a dystopian science fiction action movie directed by Paul Michael Glaser, known for his performance as Starsky in Starsky and Hutch. Christopher Reeve was at one time set to play the lead character before the role was given to Arnold, and The Running Man also features the original host of Family Feud, Richard Dawson, as a sleazy game show host of the future. The movie is a commentary on the nature of television and human interest with violence as entertainment. The future it presents is a cold one, and its design has been hailed as one of Arnold's best films. A video game was released, and rumors of a remake abound, but the original Running Man is of its time in a wonderful way. Something about 80s science fiction and the dystopian nature of its presentation is both arresting and captivating. Give this one a view if you've never seen it. Up next is our special feature this week, and we're looking at a great video game from the 1990s called Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country would be the 1994 revival of the Donkey Kong brand, developed by Rare for Nintendo's system, the Super Nintendo. Using new techniques that allowed the developers to create 3D models and compress them down into SNES sprites, Donkey Kong Country is one of the first games to use pre-rendered graphics on home consoles. Inspired by the Super Mario series and tasked with bringing back Donkey Kong after the original 3 arcade games, Donkey Kong Country was the first game in the series not developed by Shigeru Miyamoto. But Rare put together a team of about 12 people to work on bringing Donkey Kong Country to gamers. Level designs were pieced together first on Post-it notes, and new gameplay elements were added to Donkey Kong's arsenal. Players could also play multiplayer with their friends and play as the new character Diddy Kong. Donkey Kong himself would be redesigned, and other new characters would be introduced to the Donkey Kong universe, such as Funky Kong and Cranky Kong. Not only featuring some of the best graphics available at the time and most beautiful level designs, but Donkey Kong Country also has one of the most iconic and legendary soundtracks of all time. Composer David Wise would design the score, and though he was limited by the Super Nintendo's capabilities, he was determined to push it to the very limit. Wise crafted a score that evokes various genres and ties to the gameplay expertly. Donkey Kong Country was an enormous success upon release, driving development of several sequels, and even a recent revival of the series. It's credited with extending the lifespan of the Super Nintendo within the public market, and bringing Donkey Kong back to prominence alongside the ever-successful Mario franchise. Rare would go on to develop games like 007 and Banjo-Kazooie for the Nintendo 64, and members of the original team would later go on to develop the game Yooka-Laylee. Donkey Kong Country is one of the greatest video games of all time, and one of my all-time personal favorites. Give it some playtime, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Up next is an original song that I hope you enjoy, and thank you for watching The Saturday Show.
Good times, ever good times, bad times ever end. I'm hoping for some changes where the corner starts to bend. And I'm sorry for the letdowns, and the one I couldn't be. I hope you when you remember me. With the lights ever shining, with the stars just in our eyes, I'm hoping for some changes now that hello is goodbye. And I'm sorry for the letdowns and the one I couldn't be. I hope you hold some happiness when you remember me. Just for hoping, was it all just a waste of time? I'm hoping for some changes now that hello is goodbye. And I'm sorry for the letdowns and the one I could